Happiness is a wonderful, fleeting emotion. Learn to make every one of your happy moments count. My name is Robert Rio, and this is the Happy Moments Podcast. Every Monday and Friday, I bring you a brief, to-the-point episode, not only about how to find more happy moments, but to make those happy moments count. Be sure to visit my website at happymomentspodcast.com to get all of the podcast episodes and to sign up to get all of the new episodes directly in your inbox. Now let's get to today's episode. We all want to be happy. I mean, if we didn't, you wouldn't be listening to this podcast. But in order to be happy, we need to figure out what happiness really is, and more importantly, what happiness isn't. And that's what this episode is about today. Everyone has their own idea of what happiness is. We all see happiness in a different way, and we all may think there's a different way of reaching that ever-elusive goal of being happy. But there are some pitfalls. There are some flaws in our thinking that may try to throw us off track along the way to reaching this goal of happiness. And that's why in this episode I wanted to share 3 myths about happiness and briefly explain just how easily they could actually lead us toward pain and unhappiness, which is where I do not want you people to be. I don't want anybody to be in pain and be unhappy. And these myths are actually taken from The Happiness Trap by Russ Harris. If you haven't read it yet, I really do suggest it. And I use them as examples because I think they illustrate the point for this episode perfectly. And myth number 1 is the fact that happiness is the natural state for human beings. It's thought that the perpetual happiness is the natural state for human beings. If you give a person enough food, shelter, and connection, they'll feel happy all the time. The reality of being human, though, is that we experience an ever-changing flow of emotions. And these ever-changing flow of emotions is completely normal and natural. Our emotions are constantly changing. Our feelings and thoughts are constantly changing. We're never just in one state of happiness or in one state of sadness or in one state. We're constantly going through this roller coaster, this flow of emotions. And for example, after loss, it's normal to feel sad. It's normal to feel stressed when you're in danger. It's normal to feel joy when you're celebrating. And it's normal to feel overwhelmed when life gets busy. In fact, you could say that this is the natural state for human beings, to have a range of different emotions, not just to have one emotion. Myth number 2, happiness means feeling good emotions. The second big myth about happiness means feeling pleasant or good emotions. Now, most people think of happiness as a state of pleasure or contentment. And if this is your definition of happiness, it's not going to last. Happiness for you is not going to last. And as I say, happiness is a fleeting emotion. It's here 1 minute, it's gone the next. And a happy life really means living a rich, full, and meaningful life. And this means that you'll experience all of your moods and emotions, pleasant and unpleasant. And it's making the happy, pleasant moments count that matters. And that's what this show, this podcast is all about, is making those happy moments count, making the best of those happy moments. But happiness and a happy life isn't about feeling good all of the time. You are not going to be happy every single minute of every single day. It is having the full range of emotions. It's having a rich, full, and meaningful life with every single emotion thrown in there. But you need to create, find, and make every happy moment count. Myth number 3, if you're not happy, you're defective. So this third myth is the idea that if you're not happy, there must be something wrong with you. And the reality is that if you're not always happy, you are completely normal. It goes back to myth number 1, which is happiness is not the natural state for human beings. Life is not always easy, and our minds often get us caught up in our thoughts and our life and our daily routines. And life is sometimes pleasant and life is sometimes not pleasant. There's nothing defective or broken or wrong with you if you're not always happy. Like I said, you're not going to be happy every minute of the day. A lot of people think that if you're not happy all the time, you're not considered a happy person. You don't have a happy life. Even the happiest of people are not happy every minute of the day. They experience a full range of emotions, and it's natural. It's completely natural. It's completely normal. So my conclusion to this episode is, it becomes so easy for us to fall for these myths, these 3 myths, and become discouraged or unhappy because you feel you may never be able to reach this goal that you call happiness. And the thing about it is, we need to see through the myths and the lies that society and we ourselves have been telling us that happiness is, and realize that we are not broken or defective. We need to realize that we do not need to be happy 24 hours a day in order to be considered a happy person. We just need to redefine what happiness means to us in a realistic way and live a rich, full, and meaningful life. And I want to see how you do that. Please visit the website. Please visit happymomentspodcast.com. Leave a comment. Let me know how you're living a rich, full, and meaningful life. I would love to know. Can't believe we made it through another great episode of Happy Moments Podcast. I hope you enjoyed it, and will visit happymomentspodcast.com to listen to all of the previous episodes, as well as sign up to receive any new episodes directly to your inbox. You can also share your own happy moments with me on the site. Also check out the Happy Moments Facebook group to learn more and share more information with other listeners. Follow me on all social media at Happy Moments Podcast and Happy Moments Pod. And until next episode, remember that happiness is a wonderful, fleeting emotion. So make every happy moment count.